Hey everybody, we are The Used. You're watching Loudwire.
Hey everyone, Gruhamed from Loudwire here with Bert and Jeph of The Used, and it's Wikipedia Fact or Fiction time, everybody. So, went through your guys' Wikipedia, your personal ones, songs, albums, all that. So let's see if we can see what's right and what's wrong. Mr. Robert Edward McCracken and Jeffrey Michael Howard.
Okay. Jephonius.
It's Jephonius, really?
Jephonius. Yeah.
Okay, we found something wrong anyway.
There you go.
Jephonius.
Beautiful.
Jephonius.
Phanus. Phoenix.
All right.
Anus.
Anus.
All right, first off, it says, as a teen, Bert, you edited the straight edge magazine called Drugs Suck until you got into a fight with some fellow straight edge kids at 15 years old, and this caused you to drop the straight edge lifestyle.
No.
No? False? Yes. I love fiction.
We have a good friend, longtime friend, who's our drum tech named Danny Payne, and we actually wrote a zine together called Fed Up. We had 2 issues. And I did get jumped by a bunch of straight edgers, but I don't know if that had a lot to do with me moving away from the ignorance of Salt Lake straight edge or not, but.
There's nothing called Drugs Suck.
No.
I feel like that's something that a lot of Used fans have heard for a really long time.
That's weird.
Yeah, I've never heard that ever.
Really? Damn.
Wikipedia, you can just, I can go on Wikipedia right now and say that Bert is actually a dinosaur.
You should.
I probably should actually.
Which is true.
Which that is true, so.
Yeah. He's not calling you a fossil.
No.
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 It says,
Part lizard, part human.
Bert, it says you credit your childhood best friend, John Schuler. No? Let's just keep going. With keeping you sane after you were kicked out of your home at age 16.
No.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know anyone by that name.
Really?
And I wasn't kicked out, I just left.
All right. Even more. Let's get to The Used. Jeph, it says that you were holding auditions at your home, and that a lot of the auditions were just awful.
Not my home.
Well, your parents. You
my
and your
mom's
parents.
home.
Okay, your mom's home. Quinn asked Bert if you were interested in joining, and after hearing the band's material, you wrote the lyrics to Maybe Memories, and you guys recorded it the very next day.
That's pretty much true.
Close,
Okay.
close.
That's pretty close.
It's a little.
Anything important that we missed, or?
Brandon?
Long story. Yeah, Brandon called me, and then they came and picked me up, hung out for a day. They had the song recorded, and then I took it home, wrote, and then we met up the next day and recorded it. So it wasn't.
In my mom's closet.
Nice. How'd the acoustics in the closet?
Oh, great.
Sounded awesome.
It's on the demo, I think.
You
it's
could,
still
yeah,
the
you
same.
could hear it on that demo that came
Unless
out a
we redid
little
that
while
one.
ago.
I can't remember.
No, I think it's still saying the 801 Underground demos, right?
Oh, yeah, that's.
It says that you guys decided on the name Used after friends claimed that they felt used when contact waned as you guys became more engrossed in the band.
That was a long time before me.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, was it?
Similar, but not. Kind of. It was just one of those things. We didn't have anywhere to go. We were kind of homeless-ish at that time, and
Yeah.
same shit.
Oh.
Like, you know what I mean? People turn around and turn on you at the last second, that kind of a thing. And I don't know. I don't want to get into it. It's
Okay.
close enough to where it's fine.
Okay. It says that after hearing the song Box Full of Sharp Objects, John Feldman flew you guys to Los Angeles to get a record deal, taking you out of your home state for the first time in your lives.
No, I was born in Colorado.
Jeez.
Lies.
Did
Yeah.
John fly you guys out, though?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
On his dime, he put us up, paid for the recording, and hooked us up with our manager, shopped us to every major label that existed, and they all wanted to sign us.
But we've traveled outside the state before.
You traveled outside.
I've been to Nevada. I've been to Mexico.
International.
I was sent to Montana a bunch when I was a kid
Yeah? What's that like?
for prison.
For prison in Montana. There's not even like any. Are there prisons in Montana?
100%.
It says that all that I've got was dedicated to Bert's dog named David Bowie, who was hit by a truck during the making of In Love and Death.
True.
Oh.
Yeah, it was rough. I brought him to the airport when I was leaving Salt Lake, and didn't know they'd booked me on a Southwest flight, which doesn't allow you to take your dog. And so my buddy was driving him out 2 days later, but he got hit the next day, and it was really, it was like one of the most hardcore things that had happened to me up to that point in my life.
How long did you have your dog for?
I think 3 years, 2 years, but he was just like a teacup chihuahua, so he just stayed in my jacket the whole time.
So cute. You couldn't sneak him on the flight in your jacket?
This is post 9/11.
I guess you can't just take animals on.
That dog could be a terrorist.
He was.
He was too, literally.
Conspiracy.
Well, he had connections with Al Qaeda Central and Al Shabaab before ISIS started, so.
He loved the band ISIS too. He loved them.
Dude, ISIS is
So-
awesome.
Yeah,
they got mistaken for the
I thought they
actual
were the same
terrorist
thing.
group.
I thought they were the same
They're
thing.
different.
Oh, they are?
The band won.
Weird. I thought they
terrorist
just changed a little bit. Huh.
Yeah, that was semi-drastic change, I suppose. It says that, Bert, you moved from Utah to Los Angeles with your then fiance Allison, and the city fascinated and disgusted you at the same time.
Still does.
Still does, all right. That's why the move to Australia?
I ran for my life from the United States.
Australia is the good. I've lived in Australia. So
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah, Sydney. So like,
It's wonderful.
beautiful place to move to. Absolutely.
Yeah, I
Fine
mean,
choice.
my wife's Australian, so that was our
Yeah.
plan from the beginning. Once we had a child, we would have left. So yeah, I like Los Angeles a lot. It's just the people.
Ego.
Skeevy.
Perpetuated grossness is like the best word, because there's so many things piled on. Ego, or super ego, and vanity, and pride, and delusion. There's lots of people everywhere, though,
If you can just move that away, though, the rest of Los Angeles is incredible. But that is just like a thick icing layer over top of it. That's the hard
It's
part.
the physical smog.
It's great, but
It needs a bath.
you really need to understand it, I feel like. It doesn't need a bath.
It needs a shower.
It needs to rain once in a while. More than once a year, too.
Yeah. Acid rain. They have that a lot.
True.
It says that the song Meant to Die is loosely based on the death of Heath Ledger and not being able to say sorry or I never meant to die after an accidental death.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
see a lot of people that probably didn't mean to die in that moment took this and that, and then it's pretty shitty.
Yeah. To me, that's like, why I like that song is, to me, I've always thought like that the most tragic thing about someone's death can be that you never know what their last thoughts are. To me, that's like, if I could learn anything about the people I've known who lost, it's like, what was their very last thought?
You wouldn't want to know.
No one will ever know.
You wouldn't want to know. It's probably like, oh, I'm too fucked up. Dead.
Yeah, I guess in that case.
Or it's like, holy shit, am I going to die? Dead.
Not very poetic, but it says when you guys were starting a label to release Vulnerable, your first choice for the label's name was Dental Records, but the name was already taken.
I always thought that would be a great name for a label, Dental
I
Records.
actually laughed out loud when I read that because it's
Too bad.
just a funny pun.
It's
Dental
true.
Records. That's a true one? Sweet. Imaginary Enemy, it says you recorded the album backwards by having the vocals recorded first and having the music written to the vocals.
Yeah, a lot of the songs were written around the idea and the melody and then the structure of the vocal. We kind of pieced it apart that way.
Wow.
Really cool.
So it's not
That's pretty
exactly
crazy.
backwards, but it's pretty much.
Kind of. Did that make it more challenging for you, Jeff?
No, it's way easier.
Really?
I mean, wouldn't say I want to do it every time that way. Like I like jamming. I really
Yeah.
like being in a group, like full jam. But I don't know. I had a lot of fun just bass-wise, just sitting down and just whatever I could come up with and trying it that way. You know what I mean? Like here's the melody, okay. Here's like a rhythm, okay.
I think you could kind of feel out the songs a little better with Bert's voice kind of taking it into different
Yeah,
places.
kind
Yeah? Awesome. All right, last one. It says parts of Imaginary Enemy were heavily influenced by your daughter, Bert.
100%.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, if you have a kid or if you know someone who does, it's life-changing. That's a really, really horrible way to say it because it's not even close to what it really is. But I kind of looked around at the world and realized my place in it was almost through. You know, like a child can, if anything, help you to actualize your own mortality. I understand that this world is her world now, and I gotta fuck it up, so it's worth living in.
Thank you guys so much for taking some time to talk to me. I totally appreciate it. Bert, Jeph, you guys rule. The Used, everybody.
I stand for Palestine.